honestly don't even recognize you without all the dirt. And
I know,
the
dirt
stuff.
and blood.
It's interesting that you go to work and get dirtied up.
I
Where most
love it.
people, you
I
know.
love it. It gets you into character so much better. I mean, there's a lot to be said for makeup and hair and blood and dirt and cuts and wounds and, you know, costume. It really, like, a lot of people are like, how do you prepare for your role? I'm like, they just cover me in shit.
How long does it take to get all that off?
It takes so long. It takes so long, especially prosthetics when we have to like have like prosthetic cuts and wounds, like deep wounds. They hurt to get off, and it'll take you about an hour at the end of the day, and that's at the end of like a 15-hour day in the woods. So it's a really glamorous job what we do. It's like really cool. Yeah.
So contrary to what Jason said, I'm a Clarke lover.
All right.
Up to this season. So can you talk a little bit about Clarke's journey this season, and is she following you over the mountain?
Clarke's journey this season, and
is she following you over the mountain?
Over the mountain?
Over what she did.
Over what happened at mountain.
I don't think she'll ever be over the mountain. I think she's been through a lot more since that has distracted her from that. She went away, and which was very unlike Clarke, to, you know, at the end of season 2 to just say, to abandon her people, because it's always been about her people, you know, and to find herself in the woods or kill panthers or, you know, dye her hair red. And then, you know, coming back into the grounder world and being reunited with Lexa and falling in love, really falling in love. I think kind of definitely distracted from that. But now that, you know, Lexa's gone and she has now been faced with the newer challenge of being faced with something she actually can't defeat. It's just, it bloody sucks for Clarke. But her journey throughout this season, I'm proud of her, but I want her to give herself a break.
What do you think and hope will happen to Clarke in season 4?
What do I think?
What do you hope would happen?
I hope that she doesn't take everything upon herself for once. I hope that she can let her friends do what they do best and maybe not relax, because there's no way of relaxing, but just share the responsibility as opposed to feeling like it's all hers, because if you push something down long enough it turns into a goddamn tumor. So I think not to, you know what I mean. I just think that it's time for her to let her friends help her.
When Clarke actually left at the end of the previous season, the first thing I thought was she's doing penance for Mount Weather, basically going off.
That's exactly what she was doing.
And is that so?
She couldn't deal with seeing the faces of everyone that she saved, because in those faces she would see everyone that she killed in Mount Weather. So she couldn't see anyone for a while. She just had to go and live off the land and kill a panther or two.
And do something a little selfish.
Yeah.
So what was it like filming those scenes in Vancouver, in downtown Vancouver? After being in the woods for 3 seasons, you know?
It's crazy. We're so used to it now that it doesn't even seem like a thing. But I look back on photos on my phone of the pilot, like season 1, and I can see it through the eyes of me 3 years ago, just like, oh my god, that's my office window. This amazing forest, these beautiful lakes, and it's nice to look back on those photos and remind myself that I get to fucking do that every day. Like, how amazing for me. I'm so grateful that is my...
Are you surprised by the Broadway show? Because I remember being here with you...
About the what?
I remember being here with you at your first appearance at Comic-Con. It was like, no one knew who you were and what the hunt was all about. Are you surprised by how it's grown?
I'm constantly mesmerized and terrified. To be honest with you, to be candid, it is like, it's so amazing. And I'm so happy, but I still don't quite believe it. It's like it happened so quickly that I have no words.
You're still just holding on for dear life as you go through
I'm
it.
just, doing it, I guess, and hoping that people still like what I do,
And other than the love scene, which I'm sure that's how you would answer the question, what was your favorite scene or favorite moment from last season?
Last season? Gosh, that's hard. From last season, I would have to say, God, there's so many. Do you know what? It was actually filming the season finale with Eliza in the City of Light. We had the best time together, and it was so nice that she came back for us. And she's one of my best friends in the world, and it was so nice to have my bestie back with me. And we're just like running through the streets of Vancouver together, and doing all these really emotional scenes. That was definitely the best for me. And you know what? Like watching it back, I feel like it's the best. It was the best episode of this season. I don't know if you guys agree, but I loved it. I got emotional.
You got to live in a video game.
And I got emotional. Like how self-absorbed am I? But I think it's a pretty cool moment. Yeah. All right, thank you.